You are listening to High School 510, where sports is the plane, comedy is the pilot, and the sweet Jeeba is our jet fuel. Please sit back and enjoy the ride.
All right, Adarius with his poignant and spot-on analysis as usual.
That's right. Pac-12. Pack 12-inch dicks in your girl.
Yeah.
It's like she don't want to play in the SEC. She want to play in the BBC. ACC? Nope, wrong.
ASS.
Well, in other news, what is it? With college football, we get to have fun events like this happen. Hold on, let me. I'll play this for you guys.
It's the worst hold music of all time.
You trying to sing a Beyonce beat.
That sounds so irregular.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to the High Score 510 podcast. You can catch us at High Score 510 on the Instagram, the YouTube, and the Twitter. Shout out to all our patrons that are in our fantasy football league, $100 league. Shout out to the Second Coming. That's Aaron's team. There's also Jerry's World Order. That is my team. Gabe's Groovy Team. Corny ass name. Shout out to Soul Raiders. We got G's Great Team. Shout out to old Greg out there. We got Aaron's Notable Team. Shout out to Fat Mac and on Fat Back Fish Grease. The Other White Meat. Shout out to the Flaherty from across the pond. We got somebody from across the pond, to Anne-Marie. And then we got Yarms. Shout out to ASAP Yarms, Nip Money. And lastly, shout out to Kevin Riley, Cal Goat. Shout out to Jay Wolf out there for hopping in here too. We're looking forward to seeing who wins this $100. Maybe it'll be me, maybe it'll be Aaron, or maybe it'll be one of our other contestants in this league. You never know in fantasy football.
It's up for grabs. Are you sure the draft ain't today?
It's tomorrow, bro. It did not happen.
Or do I need to change the time, or I'm keeping it?
No, tomorrow morning is fine. We just need to get 2 more people in there. But shout out to our patrons, sponsorship. Looking forward to playing with y'all. Aside from that, tap into our Patreon if you want to become part of our community. Tap in at patreon.com/highscore510. And we are here with
this is AG3. I'm trying to actually move fast. We didn't have no dang break for a second here before we started. Went from Call of Duty, went in a lot of games, straight to this show, and now my dog over here tripping. So I'm about to just do this introduction, and I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Because we're tired of being the trail donkeys, acting like you some one-man GPS.
All right, and we are here with
Captain P.Funk coming at you faster than Brandon, jumping in the podcast with us. Welcome, Brandon.
Appreciate the invitation. I showed up an hour late, but it seems like I'm right on time.
Yep, just like black people.
No, we actually did a segment first, Brandon.
All right, well, here's Pedro's soundbite.
Kiss my ass, so what? You look like that player hater who sold me the shit. Your mother's dick is bigger than yours, you punk bitch nigga.
And we are here with
Hey, what's going on? This is Taco Pablo. Yeah, man, got a lot to talk about on the show. Go football.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
And we got another late Negro to the party. Let's see if he's even in a place. And Brandon, check it. Is your mic plugged in properly? Because it sounds like you're talking through your headphones.
Hey, Jerry, I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna go walk this dog. She tripping. Don't slow down the show for me. I'll just jump in.
Aaron knows he has to say that.
Oh, if I don't say that, Brandon, I've done this before. I'm like, hey, man, I'm going to bed. Just go ahead, keep going. And then I come back and everybody's fucking silent. This fool waiting for you. Or that one time when I was working at the Parkway and I said, go ahead and start. I'm going to get off at this time. I'll drive home. This fool bugged me to the point where I had to do it on my phone while driving home.
I remember that show.
That was a good one.
See, you heard that one. So that's what I'm saying. Keep it going while I'm walking the dog. I will jump in.
Leave me.
Is here looking like Alfonso Ribeiro in that picture wearing penny loafers and socks.
Nigga, I'm just here for Cutty Corner shout-outs.
Damn, you showed up early for Cutty Corner. You know what? You just got to do a lot of Cutty Corners throughout the day.
I could do sidebars.
And we are here with Adarius. You want to introduce yourself?
Yo, what's up? It's Adarius, aka Fuck Jared Sanders. Just living my best life out here in these streets. I'm probably not gonna be too much of a pundit this week, y'all, but hopefully we got some good Cutty Corner shout outs coming. So see y'all soon.
Yeah. Oh, the pork bell is upset because he showed up late to being late and then wanted something that nobody ever promised him. Sounds about white.
I don't think you've changed a thing. Go on, jump.
No, I don't want to jump.
Yes, you do. You smoke crack, don't you? You smoke crack, don't you? Look at me, boy. Don't you smoke crack?
That's why your name is pork, because you are the other white meat.
I have no idea what Jared's talking about. But
that
if you guys
right,
want to record the Cutty Corner shout outs right now, then I'd leave early. So if you want to, we could get out the way.
Go ahead and record your Cutty shout out now, because I want to know what irrational anger do you have towards the greatest
producer
that you have ever met.
Podcast.
I know. See,
first of all, you're not a producer unless producing the ascent of white women everywhere you fart. That is about the only thing.
That means bitches is attracting my scent and my stank. I like that.
That means you only eat white bitches for breakfast.
Any pumpkin spice.
White women are comprised 70% of pumpkin spice. And my name is Jared, aka DJarTT, the one that Adarius is mad at for another unknown reason. We'll get to it eventually.
No.
Hold on. I'm just trying to introduce myself. Excuse me.
Don't just slide that in there.
Excuse me.
Nah, that's some bitch nigga shit. Don't just put my name in. Nah, fuck you, nigga.
Excuse me. I'm trying to introduce myself, Adarius.
I feel like I missed something.
You did. You missed Adarius. I'll just give you a synopsis. Adarius begged me all last episode to get in the show. I mean, to get in the fantasy league. Well, it's not my league.
Before he starts, I just want to say, just like everything Jared does, he's going to tell you this version very wrong, and I'm going to sit back and just let him do that. So,
okay. Okay. Although this is not very wrong, this is literally what happened, and is like 100% actuality of just literally what happened.
No. This is semantics.
Hold on, I'm going to finish. It literally what happened. Adarius came on the show bugging me to be in the fantasy league. It is not my league. I have a team in the league, but it is not my league. For some reason, he wanted a team. There weren't enough spaces for him to be on a team because the draft was literally in an hour and a half from the time, or 2.5 hours from the time he asked to be in the league. After said request to get in the league, Aaron said, well, Jared's looking for a co-manager. And for the next 2.5 hours, Adarius tried to find reasons and ways to finagle his way into convincing me to be his co-manager. And I said, I have to think about it because I had somebody else who was also already asking about being my co-manager. Okay.
That's the first lie, Brandon.
Now, that is not a lie.
First lie.
It is not
I will say, I'm gonna put my Judge Judy hat on right now. I don't see a scenario where Adarius is like, yeah, Jared, let me talk to you for 16 weeks in a row. Like, I don't see
exactly. Well, he's the one who was bugging
about
me.
Football.
His Cutty Corner shout out is going to change because he's going to realize how ridiculous he was being in the first place. I told him I could not commit to letting him be the co-captain, even though he tried to throw, I'll make a deal with you. I'll pay the fees and you could be my co-manager. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. He tried to flip the page on me. He was like, no, I'll be the pimp and you be the hoe. I said, no, we ain't playing that game.
Drunk or no drunk.
And then eventually I said, just come to the thing. I said, what I did say, I said, I will split the team with you 3 ways. I said, me, my other co-manager that was asking about being a co-manager before you came in, and you, we could all be like a holy trinity of fantasy football. And Adarius refused.
Another lie. There's another lie.
Refused. I called you, proposed it to you, and you said, hell no. Nah. You refused. I said, well, I'm going to send you the chat because we're going to be on Zoom. We're doing the draft anyways. Hop in and we can talk. And maybe you'll change your mind. I thought he might change his mind.
That's the only truth Jared is telling. That's literally the only
What did he do?
Story, Brandon.
He got mad because I was drafting a hot fire ass team. And he then left and it is what it is. He wiped his hands. He's like, fuck you. You ain't gonna draft my team that's not mine. That is yours, but it's mine in my mind. You ain't shit. And that's what he said. And he said, I'm come back with a vengeance for you because I'm gonna say everything that actually happened is a lie and make it something that it wasn't.
Jared gets the story first so he can paint it very loud and black womanish. Like he puts on this big mama outfit just to tell these stories and just like gets all crazy and animated and riled up just so he can paint like a very, very wrong picture. But since it's so loud and passionate,
you are the king of misunderstandings, Adarius Bell.
You punk bitch nigga.
That's why I'm gonna just say this for my Cutty Corner shout out.
Adarius showed up. Adarius literally came into trying to be in the league.
You look like that player hater who sold me this shit. Give me my damn money back right now, and I don't have no damn receipt.
Okay, so the other problem with this is we got Pedro on here. Aaron will be on here shortly. It will be again a majority of people letting Jared sit here and spread these lies like they were literally listening to the conversation last week. And so the fact is, Pedro will be letting this nigga spread lies. Aaron will let this nigga spread lies frivolously. Like, just keep going.
All our listeners can listen to the lies of you in the beginning of the episode last week, begging to be my manager, co-manager.
Yeah, I'm dragging you too, Pedro. You racist. I'm dragging you.
It's on the episode. Everyone already heard it. Let's go hear it. It can hear it. I didn't cut none of that. I left it in there because I knew your ass was going to do some silly monkey shit and try and come over here and do this.
Okay. So
and call me a liar.
See, this is what I'm talking about, Big Mama.
I am not street booty. I will not be treated like street poontang.
So, Brandon, I'm gonna talk to you. You're the only nigga that wasn't involved in this, Brandon. I would just say this real quick. Actually, everything Jared said, but actually was truth. But it's those 10% that sways the story significantly. So with Jared, shut up, Big Mama. All right, so listen. Shut up, Rasputia. Nigga, I'm talking. So the thing that Jared's not telling you is I came on the podcast. I really was grilling Aaron because Aaron is the commissioner. I just wanted a team to beat 10. He put some text out there. He couldn't get it to 12. At that point, while we were on the podcast, Aaron said, just reach out to Jared, talk to him about being a co-manager. Jared said, okay. He literally was like, he had no qualms.
Try again, motherfucker.
He said, okay, let's do it.
Try again, motherfucker.
The stipulation, Brandon, was he basically gets to control the team and he'll call me and we'll maybe work some decisions out, but he's the decision maker for the team. That's what he said. He said, I'm basically the nigga. If you cool with that, I'm not tripping. And Jared also was a stickler about how much it costs as an entry fee. So I basically said, look, that's a deal. Let me pay the entry fee, but you got to give me 50% control. Obviously, Jared said no.
I want winners.
I said, I'll give you $5, and let me just put my name on the team and split the winnings 50-50.
I want people that want to win.
He did not
and
say
that was a joke. I did say that. I said, I'll give you $5 and we'll split the winnings 50-50. You said no. So I did say that. That's why you're shaking your head. Yes, niggas can see it. And Jared basically was like, nah, that's not going to work. So I did come at Jared for about 30 minutes of the podcast trying to get on this team. Nothing worked. Kept listening to the podcast. Went all the way to Cutty Corner shoutouts. The podcast ends, Brandon, and this nigga says, well, Gabe's been texting me on the side. So if you want to go into it with threes, I said, no, this is some bitch nigga shit, bro. Like, where Gabe name come from? He had no part of this conversation until I was serious. And when I was serious, I'm willing to do all Jared's bullshit. He invited another nigga into the fold and was texting him the whole time.
I cannot play with him. Cannot win with him. Cannot coach with him. Can't do it.
The truth is this. I'm one of the first niggas in the league. Nitin's a bitch nigga. Rayon probably wasn't even born when we started playing. Tim can suck all the white women titties he wants to. He still won't be a good nigga. I mean, I just listen.
That's my intro soundbite right there. That is.
I haven't made it downstairs yet because I have started listening to this argument.
Well, in news this week, it is pumpkin spice season, my friends. It is pumpkin spice season. We are approaching autumn and fall, and that means that it is the greatest season of all. Beautiful white women in fancy button-ups, knitted beanies and fingerless gloves and scarves and stretchy pants with Ugg boots are going to be carousing the streets. However, Starbucks came out this week and said pumpkin spice lattes are coming back at a higher price due to inflation. Do you think this will negatively affect the greatest season of all with this increased prices of pumpkin spice lattes, or PSLs, as people like to say?
No, I'm gonna tell you why. Because these silly ass white people out here overpaying for cars and some of the other things that we don't need. They overpay for it, and they saturate the market. Now they're gonna saturate the market with pumpkin spice. Now, how the hell am I supposed to be with a happy white woman? I mean, it's not gonna be happy anymore.
They said the customers are paying between $5.45 to $5.95, depending on the location, and there's going to be about a 4% increase compared to 2021. It's not going to be that bad, is it? That's not too bad, Pedro. You can handle that. You can still take your white woman on dates like that.
I'm back, and I just got one question, Jared.
Huh?
So what did I miss? What did I miss?
What did I miss? Maybe I shouldn't ask that question. You know, a week ago, Pete had pumpkin spice on the board, 4 different drinks, and they said this is called preseason pumpkin spice season. I was like, oh my God, they named the different parts of the season.
That's tight. I mean, Jared's the only person I know who's this excited about pumpkin spice season.
Only person I know too.
I had a friend in college who worked at a ski resort in Idaho. And he loved the winters because he would go around. He basically fuck all the patrons. I'm not going to say his name on the show, but he would get so hyped. He was like, oh, man, you know what time it is? It'd be January. And it would be time for him to go work at the ski resort on the weekends. He's like, this is how I book my schedule out for the spring. But yeah, he
didn't care about the fresh powder or anything. He needed the fresh powder to get him some fresh powder.
No, I don't think he knew how to ski or snowboard.
Right, was he a brother? What was he?
Yeah, no, he played on the team. He's a black dude. Yeah.
So it sounds like that's why I think Jared get pumped over pumpkin spice. He's like, man, I'm gonna get me some from this white one right now. Man.
Well, because I think the first year he did it, he was like, he wasn't sure about it. He's like, he just found a job super late or whatever that he could do that worked around his schedule. But then the next year he was trying to recruit everybody to go work up there. He's like, nah, you don't understand. Don't go home for winter break. Just hang out here. It's gonna be good.
All right. Well, it is pumpkin spice season, and has everyone brought their pumpkin spice haikus that I asked for?
You wouldn't catch me dead saying some shit like that, Jared.
Pumpkin spice.
Let alone,
I'm eating watermelon right now. You think I care about pumpkin spice season? It's still watermelon season.
I can't let my wife catch me writing a pumpkin spice haiku.
I have one.
Okay, Pedro.
Pumpkin spice. White women are nice. God bless America.
This nigga don't know how to read a haiku.
That ain't a fucking haiku, you racist son of a bitch.
That's not.
Yeah, let me do it.
Easiest nigga can pick up a Google up what a haiku is. He did not do it.
What, did I rhyme too much?
First of all, it's 2022. There's errorless learning in schools now. Hey, that was really great, Pedro. But next time, try to do the assignment.
We don't get zeros no more.
Nope.
All right.
Pedro, let me try. I'm ready.
All right.
You ready? 575. Fuck Jared Sanders. I cannot fuck with this dude. Pumpkin spice latte.
Hey, mine sounds just like that. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Yeah, that's fire, man. That's 575.
All right. Well, I have one. What is it? Okay, hold on. Now that's more than 5. Hold on. This is hard. Oh, pumpkin spice is nice. White woman sleeping delight. Cracker, Stacey Dash. That works.
So this is exactly what I'm saying, Brandon. You would believe a nigga who told you a story like the one he told you? He just asked you niggas to bring you prepared haikus, but this nigga is spitting fucking hot Mexican garbage.
He told people days ago to write a haiku, and he didn't even do it himself.
That's what I'm saying. So why? How could a nigga believe a nigga who can't believe him themselves?
NASA announced it will crash a spacecraft into a 525-foot wide asteroid in September. What do you guys think about that?
Wait a minute. Say what now? Say what now? Where'd you get this story?
This is USA Today. Shout out sponsorship.
Oh, Lord Jesus is coming back. Let me pray again.
The space agency's double asteroid redirection test, also known as DART, will crash into the asteroid Dimorphos, which orbits a larger asteroid named Didymos. Next month, says scientists.
Wait a minute. See, this is Adarius. Adarius, let me tell you something. Instead of worrying about Jared and Aaron's fantasy league, you need to find out a way to deflect this damn asteroid headed towards us that I didn't know about, which I also follow NASA. So how come I didn't hear about it?
Oh, well, they say that this asteroid technically is not in our path, so we don't have to worry about it. This is more of a test to see if there were one that was this size or bigger, could we redirect it, or what could we do to deter it from getting to our home planet at that size?
Conspiracy brother.
Small brother, am I gonna die?
Hey, go ahead and read those names of those asteroids in the way again.
I don't know if I want to.
Go ahead and do that shit again. Go ahead and do that again.
The one they're gonna crash into is Dimorphos.
And what's the other one that's in this way?
It actually orbits a larger asteroid, which is probably more problematic if what's coming at. It's called Didymos.
I just want to say, fuck fantasy. I need to get these niggas phonics books. There's phonics books at the library. They got a bunch of different books I could help these niggas with literacy, word comprehension, synthesizing, because that's what they really need. This nigga just said a Diddy mass.
I bet you Puff Daddy probably is gonna try and get a trademark on that name and get NASA to pay him for naming it that. Didymos.
I bet you Puff Daddy's gonna make you a gluten-free dildo. Bitch, nigga.
This is wonderful.
Adarius is not bitter about me not having control of the fantasy football league, by the way. Just want to put that out there. Anyways, you can watch it. It'll be live streamed. This will be live streamed.
I'm just bitter. I'm just bitter because you look like a methed out Keisha Cole. My bad.
I want to say this, Jared. NASA needs to focus on their own shit. They shouldn't be trying to crash it on purpose. Focus on their shit not exploding when you got people in the fucking space shuttle. Let's stick to that right now. Let's stick to making another 30 years of that before you start crashing shit in the other asteroids.
Man, those people are insured. That's how they fund NASA. They burn motherfuckers up who have life insurance.
Like that, y'all gonna be taken care of.
Hey, is this the same drone they're gonna use to kill Paul Walker?
Exactly.
It's the same satellite that they've been using to start the forest fires throughout Northern California over the last 5 years.
Why weren't you riding? Huh? Why weren't you riding with Paul Walker that day? He went to go get pumpkin spice latte.
And hey, Adarius, he's over here talking about.
I say we kill him. Shut the door, nigga.
You can watch this streamed on NASA TV or through the energy portal that is emanating Adarius's black heart right now. Angry ass nigga. Fuck you too. Anyways, in sports news, there's a good one, guys. Lana Rhoades, former adult film star.
Don't come with that old ass news there.
Slams the NBA father of her child on Instagram, saying he was really nice until she got pregnant, and then he basically told her to kick rocks and hasn't talked since. What do you guys think about that?
Do you know who it is, Jerry?
I don't know who that is.
Well, this is going to get to our Who You Taking segment today also. The two leaders in the clubhouse are either Blake Griffin or Kevin Durant. Who you guys taking to have impregnated Lana Rhoades and told her to kick rocks?
Could you can you put a picture of her on to share the screen?
She used to be really good looking, and then she got some plastic surgery done, but it didn't make sense because she was really good looking. And she looked really bimbo-ish after that. She was really like the girl next door who's hot. Look, and then it just Lana Rhoades, and then she kind of got blasted by some other porn stars because they say she was doing drugs and shit. She's kind of crazy, man. But I mean, she seemed like she when she quit porn, she really got her life together. All of a sudden, she gets knocked up. My guess is Blake Griffin because he's a dirty, sleazy motherfucker. He got kids all around the fucking state.
And you always amaze me with the knowledge, the backstory.
I think Kevin Durant denied
her career arc. Like, man, this is
because Kevin Durant is also very kind of lazy, right? He likes basketball, and that's almost it. I mean, he sleeps with women. Don't get me wrong, but
I don't know who knows. Yeah, I don't search.
We know you don't search it. That ain't for you. That's why I'm the expert in this. When we want to talk, that's why I come to you for cars. You come to me when it comes to talk about these type of women. You ain't got to put no disclaimer out there, Pedro. I'm putting it out there. I'm the person.
What nationality?
She's white. She looks exotic, but she's white.
Beautiful white woman. She probably drinks pumpkin spice lattes.
I don't think she drinks pumpkin spice hanging around these brothers.
She asked for the size BBC because she don't say in a venti. She say in a BBC.
To quote my boy Orlando Jones, I don't know what greasy nappy head nigga she's sleeping with. You remember that from Double Take when he said that? That was my favorite line of that movie.
I'm about to do another Cutty Corner shout out with these basketball players.
If I was a basketball player, I could understand this one. One, she's gorgeous. Two, she doesn't crave spotlight. She ain't the brightest star in the sky.
I saw the baby. I saw the picture of the baby. And that baby is darker than Blake Griffin. So,
be honest, I never heard of Blake Griffin.
It could be James Harden.
That baby got a full head of hair. Got a hairline too. Look at that shit.
When she first had the baby, I heard it was an NBA player. I figured it was the rumors I heard that was Kevin Durant. I never even heard about the Blake Griffin, but I just won't put in. That baby's huge.
I think it's Tristan Thompson's baby.
That's where I would put my money. If there's an unclaimed baby by an NBA player, I'm starting with
Tristan Thompson.
Oh, no, I think the reason she doesn't name him is because she has gotten money, and I think it's part of the agreement.
I don't know if that could be KD. KD is way too. That baby is huskier and bulkier. It got broader shoulders than KD. You gonna tell me that's KD's baby? I don't know.
It's a baby. It got baby fat on it, Jared.
Well, look at the picture you're sharing right now with the video on the right. That's Blake Griffin's baby right there.
That's Blake Griffin's baby, y'all.
I'm telling you, Blake Griffin is a sleazy dude. He impregnated Cameron Bryn early on.
And who's Cameron Bryn?
Cameron Bryn's a girl that gets impregnated by athletes. Former USC volleyball player. She also has Matt Leinart baby while she was in college, and then you'll like her. She's a pumpkin spice type girl, Jared. Cameron Bryn. And then she had Blake Griffin baby. I think she might have had a couple babies by Blake Griffin, and he never married her wife while he was with the Clippers.
That's our new segment right there, man. What? We're just gonna put a random picture of a woman on the screen.
Have I Aaron identify our
life story? Life story. Like it's
identify the most notable.
Dude, I don't think you realize how amazing this is every time it happens.
Jared, can you put in old pictures of Lana Rhoades? Put in old pictures of Lana Rhoades.
I have to say, after looking at that updated up close baby picture, I got 4 candidates: Steph Curry.
Damn,
it's really possible.
Don't put in young. I said old pictures, Jared. Old pictures. You put young, man.
Jared, I have a family, Jared.
Put in old pictures. I didn't say put in young.
Roads, Aaron.
Old pictures. No, oh my God, get off of this. Just delete it, Jared. Delete it, Jared. You messed that up.
This is whole pictures. Aaron, what you told me to put. Everything you told me to do.
Act like that's the ones you meant, Aaron. You know those.
That was not what I meant.
That's the only ones we know, nigga. She not taking pride.
She ain't out there. They could have so many photos of her now.
Get it off the screen. Brandon got kids. Get it off the screen, man.
What other way do you know her? Nigga, like some of her old pictures. Nigga, when she used to play basketball in middle school? Like, what other picture are you looking for?
I'm looking for when she first got into the game.
That's exactly what it was.
No, I didn't want pictures of that. That's
how do you
Welcome
know her?
to the high school porn.
That's NSWF.
Did you know?
I mean NSFW.
You only knew her from the old photos.
I did, but I wanted clothed photos. Jared over here doing
you wanted old
That's not the profession.
clothed photos, Lana Rhoades.
It's like, I'm looking for LL Cool J picture, the old one with the one without the greasy lips. Nigga, come on, man.
You thought you were serious talking in front of Congress or something like that?
Yeah, exactly.
The Cleveland Cavaliers have acquired Donovan Mitchell for about 5 picks and about 3 other niggas. Does this trade change the power in the East for years to come?
I mean, I think it makes Cleveland a bona fide, legit playoff run now, right? You know, this is the problem I have with the NBA is that you can make a move like this, which is a big move, right? Any counter move like this in any other sport propels your team, but in NBA, it doesn't. We're looking like, oh, does this make you a contender now? No, and the sad part, it doesn't, right? That they improve their team, yes, dramatically. A good team, a good young nucleus, and they just improve dramatically. But yet, because it's basketball, we're still like, oh man, they still gonna slate it to probably finish 5th in the East because it's basketball, because the game is set up shittily, because there's no hard cap, there's no other things. But I'll get into that another time. And because now you got all these rich owners who are billionaires coming in buying teams, and that they can afford to go over the luxury tax. It's bullshit.
So the Cavaliers traded. They received Donovan Mitchell. What they gave up was Colin Sexton, Lauri Markkanen, and Ochai Agbaji. They also then gave
gave up Agbaji?
Yeah, they gave Agbaji last year's lottery pick. They then gave up a 2026
past draft's lottery pick.
Yeah, they gave a 2025 first round pick, 2026 pick swap, 2027 first round pick, 2028 pick swap, and a 2029 first round pick.
Which is nothing.
For me,
Colin Sexton was addition by subtraction. Agbaji is the guy that went off in that national championship game this past March for Kansas. And that's actually a good pickup. It's a rebuild for Utah, right? So they don't mind. And I mean, trade the picks if you could get a better team and improve your team and your players is worth it. Now, this is the crazy part of it, Jared, that you leave out. I heard the offer the Knicks gave was even bigger, but Danny Ainge didn't want to give the Knicks Donovan Mitchell. It was bigger. It had better players, more ready players. It had what's that left-hander that can't shoot, can't dribble with his right hand or shoot?
RJ Barrett.
RJ Barrett was in it, which he's still a decent NBA player.
That's a trade piece. Yeah, you give him that's a trade piece.
It had him, it had more picks, and Danny Ainge refused to give to the Knicks. He doesn't like the Knicks. He refused to give him Donovan Mitchell. So he took less from Cleveland than he was going to get from.
Well, he already got a lot here because honestly, I see the Jazz being pretty much where
he was going to get quickly.
I'd take Colin Sexton over quickly.
I wouldn't know. Cleveland got better once Colin Sexton got hurt this year. Like they weren't in the playoffs. Pedro could tell you. Once Sexton went down in the beginning,
they also didn't have what's his name though. They also didn't have.
That's not true. They had the lead with say in the middle is where they started to fall off a little bit.
Sexton went out. Sexton went out early.
Got injured like at the first week of the season, bro. It
was second week. Yeah,
this whole season he didn't play. So it wasn't really an effect. You don't know.
We don't know.
Sexton dominates the ball, and he doesn't.
Who you taking? Quickly or Sexton? Who you taking?
I'll take Quickly and RJ Barrett over Sexton.
No. I'm just saying Quickly or Sexton as a player.
It depends on what team I am. Right? What team I'm with.
If Sexton
is a guy that gets stats on a horrible team.
You're making a guy that gets stats. You got to be able to make a sweeping statement about Quickly too. We need to know. So
this is my thing. This is my thing. Sexton's the better player, better individual player, but he's also a guy that we know in basketball. There's a lot of guys that look good on bad teams, whereas Quickly could be a piece on a decent team. He could be a contributor. Sexton doesn't know how to play that role. All he knows is how to be ball dominant. Look how much better Evan Mobley got. Look how much better that whole team got.
Well, Evan Mobley wasn't there before Colin Sexton was there. That's the thing.
He was there.
He
was there. 2 weeks.
Aaron, 2 weeks. Dude, you don't know. The dude's a rookie. You can't say that about him.
It was like 2 or 3 weeks.
It was like literally.
He wasn't going to develop with Sexton.
If you're going to say Colin Sexton is a garbage time player and he's only good on bad teams, kind of like Kemba Walker.
I say he's a garbage time player.
Okay, well, that's what it sounds like you're saying. I'm saying is that
I'd rather have Colin Sexton. Good on a bad team.
I'd much rather have a Colin Sexton over an Emmanuel Quickly. Emmanuel Quickly has a ceiling, and it's like, yeah, he can maybe be a better team player, maybe, but I haven't seen it. He hasn't made the Knicks anything better. Have the Knicks been better because of Emmanuel Quickly? No, they literally tried to give him the starting point guard job, and he couldn't handle it. So I'm saying is that like, do you really want Emmanuel Quickly over Colin Sexton, who I know is a proven 20 point? Hold on. Let me finish, nigga. Who's known?
You didn't let me finish.
He scores 20 points a game. He's not a great facilitator of a team offense necessarily, but you got a guy who can score you bona fide 20 points a game who can score in buckets. I'd rather have that guy on my team.
Defender?
Maybe Emmanuel Quickly not a good defender either, nigga. That's why I asked you about compare the two, and you couldn't compare. You couldn't take one or the other.
He's a better defender. Emmanuel Quickly is a better defender.
I doubt that.
And then here's another thing: you can't compare the shitty run organization, Jared. Can I ask you this? So the Knicks just extended R.J. Barrett. Can you name me the last player they extended before R.J. Barrett?
I don't know. They shouldn't have extended.
I know exactly
RJ
who he is. I know exactly who the last player.
It was Careless LeBron.
Nope. It was Charlie Ward. Charlie Ward. This is their first extended contract since Charlie fucking Ward in the 90s.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
I'm not talking about give someone a new contract soon as they trade for him. I'm talking about extend someone after their contract, when they're in that last year of the contract. This is RJ Barrett's the first person. It's a terribly run organization.
I agree.
Terribly run organization.
I don't disagree with that.
I think Danny Ainge, he even said the rumor is he hates the Knicks. We know he hates the Knicks. And the rumor was he said that was the last team he would trade Donovan Mitchell to. Even though Donovan Mitchell's from there, then his dad worked in the organization or some shit. And he was pissed. He was also pissed because don't forget, in their playoff series against Dallas, the Knicks showed up. Their whole front office, the GM, Brunson, all of them showed up. And they talked about Brunson, and that's why they wanted a tampering thing. They're like, they showed up at our games like, oh, we're here to see our future players. And Danny Ainge was pissed by that. He was like, I don't care what they offer. I'm not trading to them.
All I know is that the Jazz didn't get worse. And I think the Cavs, Donovan Mitchell has been the man. He's been playing another key example of undersized point guard and two guard undersized tandem.
He's the two. He's an undersized two.
They're undersized. You got two guys that are same size playing both those positions. You had it in Portland. You had it.
But the thing is, Donovan Mitchell, he's not super undersized. He's not like CJ Miller, Damian Dame. And the other thing is, he's also athletic and strong. So he's big enough to play against the two guards, and he's ridiculously athletic.
Well,
his problem is when he first came to the league,
the Jazz not making it in the playoffs though. They keep doing a great job. They celebrate. They like the Sharks putting up their banners when they do something in the regular season, and then when the playoffs come, they fucking collapse. They don't do shit.
Yeah,
they get beat early.
But it wasn't Donovan McNabb.
He's the leader. He's the engine. He's the man.
I just gotta let Aaron finish his point, man.
Go ahead.
No, it's all right, Brandon. It's all right, because he only remembers when you cut him off. And I don't mind. We're banter. We're talking about it, but he get pissed by it. I don't mind if he cut me off. It's part of growing up. You learn how to engage. You know what they used to say when they taught the African-American English? They said part of it is knowing when to hop in and out. And when people cut you off, you hop out, then you just hop back in later. No, what I'm saying is, Donovan Mitchell was part of it, but I think it was also the Utah Jazz. They were regular season built team, and we don't know how this team is built. We don't know what's going to happen. If Donovan Mitchell could, get a little better defense, if he could try hard. He stopped trying hard on defense the last 2 years. He's kind of got that superstar attitude, even though he's not a superstar. He's more of a star, an all-star, but he's not a superstar. But he has that superstar attitude. We'll see. I mean, it's the problem with the NBA. Players get to a point where they're like, "Oh, I'll make a couple all-star games." It goes to their head. NFL, they still play hard because they know that shit can end any time.
So do you guys think that Donovan Mitchell, with this team the way it's made up, you have Isaac Okoro playing the 3, you have Darius Garland playing point guard, and then you have Evan Mobley and Jared Allen playing the 4 and 5. Do they have the makeup to actually challenge to be a
Didn't they have Karis LeVert? Didn't they have Karis LeVert?
Yeah, they got Karis LeVert, and they got that dude, Seti Osman. Don't listen to Jared.
They got Karis LeVert now?
Yeah, they already had him. They had him last year.
They already had him last year.
Oh, yeah,
he came off the bench.
Yeah, come off the bench. He's a bench guy.
I was going to say, we went to the game and saw Karis LeVert balling.
Yeah, he's doing good.
We went to the Knicks versus Cavs.
All right, so
you got to see the people ball was Obi Toppin balled that game. Emmanuel Quickly balled that game. And Darius Garland balled that game.
Kevin Love was hitting corner threes.
And they still got Kevin Love, right? Too.
It was Karis LeVert and Darius Garland do whatever they wanted on the court. And Garland was just throwing dimes to everybody.
I think they'll still finish like They'll challenge for fourth if they stay healthy. They're challenged for fourth or fifth in the East. They're behind Milwaukee. Miami would still do regular season thing. Maybe probably the Nets. Yeah, I see them finish like fourth or fifth in the East, but a good fourth or fifth. Not like one of those like we won 45 games. We're only 3 games above 500. No, I think
Atlanta's in the East. Atlanta's in the East too, right?
Yeah, they didn't make the playoffs last year, did they? They were in the play-in.
Nah, but they're gonna be ready this year.
Donovan Mitchell, if he could realize that, look, dude, I'm not a superstar. If it all don't go to his head, he's like, I could be a Jimmy Butler type, right? I just play hard and do this thing. It could be all right.
That. He ain't got the frame of Jimmy Butler.
No, Jimmy Butler's not big.
Jimmy Butler like 6'7", bro. He can at least bulldog some fools because he's got the body to. You know what I'm saying? That'd be like Steph Curry being like, if I just play harder D and just start Jimmy Butler bulldogging fools. Nah, Steph Curry can't do that.
I'm saying by playing hard, become more of a rounded player and playing hard on both ends of the floor.
At this point in his career, I don't know that he can make those steps. I think his identity is identity.
That was his identity when he first came in the league.
He needs to learn how to be a playmaker instead of just a scorer.
That was when he first came in the league. He stopped. Everybody stops playing D as hard as they do when they first came in the league. Kobe, who we still say is a good defender, he didn't play good D after his first 5 years in the league. He started jumping balls. He did not play as good a D. Now, if he put his mind to it, yes, he could shut someone out. But he stopped playing. He was conservative on D a little more. He just jumped passing lanes more. And so I think the same with Donovan McNabb. This is who you're drafted for. He was drafted as a guy that they hope could score like 14, 15 and play hard D. You acting like the motherfucker the size of Hershey Hawkins.
Man, y'all know a lot about Cleveland basketball.
But we actually saw a game in New York with Cleveland.
Yeah, I paid attention to watch. Hoops. I feel like the Cavaliers had something going and they were building something organic that I think they would have been fine without making this trade. I don't think they needed this trade. Honestly, I don't think they need this trade at all. I think this trade stagnates them. And
I don't know if it stagnates them.
I don't think he's the player at these Garland.
I think you might be right, but I was happy they got rid of Sexton. They needed to get rid of Sexton.
I could see getting rid of Sexton and moving on and getting a like saying LeVert. He's had his own medical issues in the past, though.
But he comes off the bench.
But I know, but like LeVert could be your main 2, and you have Garland the 1, LeVert the 2, and then Okoro. I don't know. He just seems like a wannabe defensive specialist. He basically is like the dude from Philly that I hate. That Rayon always wants to pick up. But then you have the 2, Tybull. But then you have the 2 bigs that are like up and coming young guys, both like 21 years old or whatever.
What are you talking about? Laurie Marketing?
Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, both like young dudes.
I agree.
Early on in their career. You need to get somebody like Donovan Mitchell is not that kind of player. And I'm not saying these players, you can get them all the time. Donovan Mitchell is not the guy that I'm saying is going to come in there and elevate all these young guys up to him. Because when he starts to fizzle out and these guys age into being mediocre, then I'm gonna be worried like, oh, y'all missed the opportunity because now you don't have some of these first round picks. You don't have some of these.
You didn't need those first round picks. Jared, let's not let this. You acting like the picks are football. You're acting like the picks are football picks, right? They're not. Well, you don't have more than half of them don't pan out. At least 75% of them don't pan out, right? So let's not act like the picks are that fucking valuable, right? My thing is, but I agree with you. They were building something else, something nice. I would have liked to see him get rid of Sexton for anything and keep Obijaji, however you pronounce his name.
Yeah.
Obi Orgy. Keep him as shooting guard, right? Because Karis LeVert got to be he's a bench guy. He's a one-on-one guy, bench guy. He's happy in that role, and you can handle his minutes to keep him healthy. But I would have liked to see Obijaji. He's a good defender. We saw him in the national championship game. He has great range. He's a solid all-around player. I would have liked to see him fit in at 2. And I do admit, you are right. I don't think this propels him for a championship. No, it doesn't. And it might hurt the development of Darius Garland and Evan Mobley, who seem to have great chemistry with each other. I agree with that.
I think the Cavs
don't act like the picks are going to be some shit that you missing out on.
You never know. You might get a good, Draymond Green.
You got to but it's all luck.
That's the point, Jared. You never
Nikola
know.
Jokic. Well, Donovan Mitchell was like a mid-round pick.
He was also another luck pick.
He was.
Think about how many picks that turned out that were just luck, right?
Yeah. So I'm just saying, like, you could draft another Donovan Mitchell at some point and get that kind of.
Let's just draft niggas and hope they all end up being the next Steph Curry, Donovan Mitchell, Draymond Green.
What does Donovan Mitchell and Jared's ex-girlfriend have in common?
I don't know. What is it?
They got the same nickname, Spider. But one got the nickname from having crazy handles. The other got the nickname from having spider bite titties.
Come on, man. You know, that was actually cleaner than I thought you was gonna go with, Adarius. When you
I
said
thought he was
gonna
gonna do something even worse, talking about child abuse and BBCs and
I
gang
was
rape.
hoping he didn't go that far now.
It is time for another one of Mr. Varnado's Neighborhood.
Thank God. If he would have did my shit, Brandon, I was gonna walk off the fucking set.
Brandon, I hear you have some stuff going on in your hood that you shared with us earlier today. So let's get your jingle going. Another installment of Mr. Varnado's Neighborhood. Oh, we're here for another installment of Mr. Varnado's Neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Brandon's got some neighbors. Could you shit in my yard? Oh, yes. Won't you be my nigga? Taco Pablo, Brandon.
Real quick, Jared, real quick. You talk about Adarius said things about child charges and things, child abuse charges, things like that. But that jingle sounds worse. That jingle make me think of the guy in the ice cream truck that we know molesting kids. Won't you be my neighbor? I got all kind of games in my basements.
And every summer we go camping.
Exactly.
Well, Brandon, what's good in your hood?
Well, I got two things I'm gonna talk to y'all about today. The first one is I signed up for a 30-plus-year-old basketball league for 30-year-olds, and I'm immediately regretted my decision. I was like, okay, signing up. I've been working out, doing my thing. Let me take this up a notch and let's do something competitive, right? Like me lifting weights or me running or whatever is not necessarily competitive. So let me sign up for something I can't really get out of. So I'm gonna put this up. I'm gonna be a free agent. Now I got to find a team. So I think I found a team. So I'm 6'5", about 300. I am the second shortest person on the team.
I was gonna say you in the South now. You're not in the Bay Area. Bay Area, you'll be center. You in the South now with a bunch of brothers.
And I'm like,
it's like you got to play on the perimeter.
So now I'm like, okay, and they're gonna be asking me about the ball and shit. Like, it's nuts, man.
They gonna think you got a game like Donovan Mitchell on the perimeter. They were like, nigga, dribble the ball, attack the rim.
I was planning on just running, post people up, turn around, work on my hook shot, get my cardio up. That's what I'm here to do. But apparently these motherfuckers are here to play basketball. And I'm like, oh man, it's rough, man. Yeah, because a part of me is like, all right, cool. These just people just like play basketball. The other part of me is like, dude, all these people went to like North Carolina A&T and didn't make it, and they just like let me do some instructional videos for Instagram. And Brandon's gonna be my first pupil when I dunk on him. And and the crazy thing is, it's not like. But the crazy thing is about this league, it's not like you just meet up at some rec center on a Saturday at 6 a.m. or some shit like that. No, they sell tickets. Like there's vendors.
Damn.
There's music and shit.
Like
people show up to this thing.
Pal's version of the Jungle Ball League, but in basketball.
Is there a prize if you win? If you win, do you guys?
That's why Jared asks is going to be some strippers there. Yeah.
Might be some strippers there, man. So yeah, man. So that's what I signed up for. I might not even play at this point. Like, I might show up every week, but I might not be good enough to play. Like, they haven't seen me play basketball yet, so I'm just
break your hand. Act like you broke your right hand. So every time they see you, just come out with a fake cast on your right hand, and then just have to do that with my left. I haven't practiced my left, as much as I used to, so they can't really get mad at you.
Well, know what it feels like, right? You ever try like rent a house with people, and like you're like, all right, cool, you in, and then all of a sudden you're like, shit, man, we need one more person, or everybody's gonna have to pay like $300 more. Yeah. So I feel like I'm on the team because I paid the money already, and if they find somebody else who has the money, I'm off the team. So that's how I feel right now about it. But man, more updates coming. They was probably like, oh man, we should do an open run in a couple weeks, and I was like, shit.
Oh boy, start running.
This shit don't start till January, and they're like, yeah, man, we play every weekend. Like they play at the Y sometimes. They got a couple of parks they go to and do like pickup games, and I was like, shit, what did I join?
3 months to get ready, man. You got 3 months to get ready, Brandon. You can do this. I believe in you. Your whole goal with this is at the end of the season that all of them at the end of the season don't go to their girls and say this.
I don't hang out with him. I work with him, and that's it. I tried to introduce him to a few nice people. He made a fool of himself. I don't mess with him, baby. That's not me.
You know what, Brandon? Let me give you some hints, some old man hit. My game goes from foul line to foul line, nothing below. Tells me, hey, man, I got this old college injury. It started acting up. My game got to go foul line to foul line. Like, that means he drive past me, you go in the key, he yours.
Yeah, or just say, I'm here to give fouls.
If you black of skin and full of sin, come forward.
Like when y'all you need a couple extra fouls, getting crunch time, end of the half.
Yeah, man.
Somebody's in foul trouble. You can throw me in there.
I just foul people and bring Capri Suns for after the game.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what you do? Hey, show up with like one of those old big neon plastic bowls that the parent will bring with the lid on it that had a bunch of sliced oranges. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
these niggas in the South, these niggas want cigars and some moonshine.
All right, well, whatever you got. Brandon's gonna be the team.
They want 40 ounces after the game.
Brandon, you could just make some jangle juice. Just get like a 5-gallon cooler, throw some ice in that bitch, make some jangle juice, and just be like in between is like always have cups ready. Jangle juice.
Brandon, I would say you need to go out and find you some random white hoe and bring her to the game and let the guys know. Say, listen, y'all play good. You can have sex with this girl, and then introduce her. This is my friend Jared's ex-girlfriend.
I don't know her government name because I never learned it.
This is an ex-girlfriend. She's
right.
looking for some bulls.
She's looking for some real niggas with some real dick knock.
Shit. And the second thing I'm gonna talk to you about today is recreationally. Sometimes I take my kids to the dollar store just so they can feel rich, and I don't have to break the bank. It's not somewhere I generally frequent, but we had about 2 hours to kill, and I know they would have a ball in the dollar store. So we're gonna go do this for a little bit. We're gonna argue about what you're not gonna get. I'm gonna pretend like I ain't gonna buy you all this stuff, and we'll go home. We'll kill about an hour doing this or whatever. And I'm in the store, and this dude's seems like he's looking for something. I was like, "Oh, you looking for something, man?" He's like, "Yeah, man, I'm looking for these headphones." And I'm like, "All right, man. I think I saw like the electronics part is over here. I mean, it's an understaffed dollar store, so it really could be anywhere, but it's over there." And so I go over there. He's like, "Oh man, I'm looking for some AirPods," and I was like, "Nigga, you're not gonna look."
Nigga, please. This is funny. Because Aaron is gonna joke about how I get where I can.
Pedro buys his goddamn headphones at the Dollar Tree.
Headphones from the Dollar Tree.
Last time he was in Berkeley with me, we went to the Dollar Tree so he could buy some goddamn headphones. Now Pedro at least is smart enough to know he ain't gonna get no AirPods at the damn
It's like you want a case or you want a case protector?
Some AirPods.
It's like I can get you a AirPod case protector for $1. It's like,
no, they'll have AirPods in there that just work for an hour.
You should
it ain't no charge to them.
You should have walked the nigga over to the blue Jawbreakers and said, "Look, nigga, this Bluetooth," and walked away.
So he was really honestly looking for some AirPods.
Dude, that's what he said. And so blank face. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Usually stuff like that. Is it? You said it was a 5 and there's a 5 below, or was it a true dollar?
No. It was a Dollar Tree. Okay.
It was a Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
It wasn't a dollar and above store. They got this store called Rhoades out here. No, it wasn't one of them.
Did you say, nigga, they sell stale candy here? What makes you think they're going to have AirPods?
I was concerned as soon as I started my playlist, my brain might melt.
Seriously. Like, nigga, you get Pop Rocks from 1982 in here. How do you think you have AirPods? Who's shipping AirPods here?
They literally, the Dollar Tree gets stuff that falls off the Mexican. So,
hey, I will say this though, just a random side note. We pulled up to Marshall's and they had a bunch of Beats by Dre's for $9.99. So I don't know, man. Maybe that's
what Marshalls you pulled up on?
We was at the outlet in San Leandro, and we were going to Nike, and we were like, "Why the fuck are all these people in line?" And we walked up in there and saw they had a counter full of Beats by Dre's, different colors, the small studio editions, $14.99.
Negro, you didn't get in line. I would have.
I did not.
Venmoed you money.
I did not get in line.
You heard him say it was a line, Pedro. You know, when lines form out here, they're not short.
Yeah, no, I still give you a line. I give you 20. I give you 20 for your wait time and 20 for the Dr. Dre.
I sincerely apologize, but I have to turn down that bullshit ass offer.
Nigga, you eat out of people's garbage.
Yes, but now I'm employed as a professional lineman.
Lineman?
Yes, I wait in line for stuff. Then I sell my place in line to people who don't want to wait in line.
And they pay you for that?
Yes, lazy white boys, Japanese kids.
Have you ever heard of this thing called Filipinos, Pedro?
Maybe niggas in Asia.
They come in droves for the cheap stuff. Okay? There's millions of them.
How racist of you.
Oh, now I'm racist. Okay.
God, I never would have thought I'd heard that from you. So much racism.
My bad, Pedro. You definitely a nigga if you buy your headphones at the dollar store. So I need to give you a little bit more respect.
So Brandon, did the guy end up finding any AirPods?
No, so I was sitting there dumbfounded. So I saw somebody work there. I was like, "Hey, man, can you help him?" I was just mostly curious, like what the worker was gonna say to him about these AirPods, and she was trying to take him so seriously. She's like, "All right, well, let's look over here. Maybe they're over here." They walked around for like a good 10 minutes. He's like, "No, but I want some wireless ones," and I was like, "Dude." I was like, "It ain't reached the dollar store yet, man."
Oh man.
Yeah, man. So she directed him to Ross, which I don't know how that was gonna go.
Good luck there.
All right, Cutty Corner shout-outs. Cutty Corner shout-outs.
Yeah, you need to go to Cutty.
Cutty Corner shout-outs is a segment on the show where you get a chance to rant, complain, talk about something that's pissing you off, or highlight something positive in the world. Cutty Corner shout-outs. Cutty Corner shout-outs.
It's time.
We're burning now.
God, if you let it in, help!
So cold and bleeding now.
I'm in for this, man.
Gonna let you down.
He had sex with my mama.
We're broken people now.
I just said I need a Becky
Aaron, do you have a Cutty Corner shout-out?
I do. My Cutty Corner shout out goes out to all the NFL haters who said football was dead, who especially said it back when some weak ass round head bathtub licking fool playing linebacker for the Niners, Warland, Chris Borland, whatever his name is, dude who had no athletic ability and had to put his whole body in front of people, retired and was like, "See, this sport's headed for the." I just want people to know that the NFL once again reigned supreme. Forbes scored the Dallas Cowboys was the most expensive franchise in the world. That's over the Indian Premier League, which makes a lot of money, over all the Premier League teams, all the soccer teams, over Barcelona, over Real Madrid, over Manchester United. The NFL, I buy a Sunday ticket. It's $300 for each season, right? You get charged 4 months, $75 a month, and I watch the shit out of it.
You could also pay $0, Aaron. I'm just let you know.
Yeah, but you know what? I'd rather make sure my devices still work after I'm done. Then I got this nice big TV now. I'm hype. I pay that. I don't mind paying it. It works for me. I come from the generation that paid. We bought music. You know, I actually bought CDs almost every other Friday. I was in Amoeba or Rasputin or Tower. So the NFL Sunday tickets owned by DirecTV is the contract ends this year. In the running is Apple. Apple's is supposed to have the leg up on Amazon for the Sunday ticket. And Apple is paying the NFL $2.5 billion a year to be able to get it. They're just printing their own money, the NFL. So if everyone thought it was dying, everyone told me who was that when the Kaepernick and the Chris Borland incident, when he retired, that was all around the same time. And this sport's in trouble. Fuck off. That's right. I said it here first. I love the NFL. It meant a lot to me when I was young. It means a lot to me now. I understand players get CTE. People die. I understand it's a hard sport. I've seen people get paralyzed for life that in games that I watch. And I say compensate them heavily. Compensate them. Unlike basketball, where people earn their money in the NFL. I'm watching.
Nobody punking nobody here.
Nope. This Thursday, baby. This Thursday, Rams lose to Buffalo. But guess what? I get to say on Thursday, the season starts with the defending champion Los Angeles Rams. Not St. Louis Rams, but Los Angeles Rams. Take that, Niner fan.
Pietro, do you have a Cutty Corner shout out?
Yeah, just real quick. Beautiful Russian man handed me a pamphlet, and it was telling me how to be saved, how to find Jesus Christ. Sorry, Aaron, the other Aaron, for me going in on Christians again, but I got this pamphlet here. I'm gonna put it up on Zoom. It's called The Long Trip, and just in a nutshell, it shows you how white people are still put up on a pedestal as if they're the chosen type of people. All of this book, there are white people leading the way into heaven. Everybody look for this online. It's called The Long Trip. If you're looking towards the back, there's a guy that's actually leading a family. The man wants to go down this path where everybody else is going. Everybody on that path is ethnic. There's Indian people, there's Chinese people, and there's just black and white, but you can clearly see that these are ethnic people going down this one path. And so this beautiful white man comes out of the mountainside or whatever and tells gentlemen in his family, hey, there's a narrow place, there's another path. You don't have to go down this dark path. There's another path that goes up this narrow way. Well, on the other end of that narrow path, long story short, it's the gateway, it's the stairway to heaven. Everybody on that last picture, let's see if y'all can see it, is white. They're all white. There's no ethnic group, there's no color, just all white people. It's a white angel with a white lady and 2 beautiful white children. As you see the next page, when's the last time y'all see a nigga wear a crucifix? This nigga in the bottom left-hand corner is wearing a crucifix with a beanie. Like, yeah, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take all these people to hell.
Take these people off your hands.
Exactly. On the other page, there's an African, there's a Buddhist, there's a Sheik, there's a Russian. Let's see. There's a Hindu.
Pedro, you just want to do a real out with this nigga?
Yeah, man. Thank you, Pedro, for sharing the book that you wrote, nigga.
This is I'll come get it. There's also
you're gonna interrupt her. She said, "You out here spitting that racist shit again, Pedro?"
Come on. There's an African guy in beads and stuff. All of them, all these people, all these ethnicities are going to hell.
What are you trying to say, nigga?
All these different ethnicities.
Ethnicity.
I can't say it.
This magic moment.
Ethnicity
are going to hell. And it's just another Christian way of saying if you ain't white, you ain't right.
First of all, white man, let me say that I love you, honor you, envy you, enjoy your smell, and I celebrate you in the name of white Jesus. Praise white Jesus.
All right.
And my wife is mad at me because y'all going around ranting about y'all personal lives on this damn podcast. Nobody gives a shit about you and Jared fighting. Damn it.
Brandon, do you have a Cutty Corner shout out?
My Cutty Corner shout out was going to be the dude at the dollar store. But my Corner shout out today is restaurants who have no idea what the fuck they're doing. There are a lot of great restaurants in the world. Some of them are in the Triangle area where I live. I'm going to say is, if you're going to have a Jamaican restaurant, if you're going to have a Vietnamese restaurant, I would like for somebody in the restaurant to have been there and tasted the food. some of this shit is ridiculous.
Oh, you got Portland, you got that Portlandia going on. We get some Cambodian food from a guy named Steve from Peshawar.
So I get hype. I see like they had a Burmese food truck. So I was like, all right, for sure. Let me go drive out here during lunch. Let me check out this food truck. Now the menu items seem legit, right? So I order a version of fried chicken with sauce on it, as you might suspect. But the seasonings were off, right? It didn't taste Asian at all, number one. so I tasted it. I'm trying to think. It's hard to explain what it tasted like, but I'm just saying, like, you could tell the person who made it had never tasted Burmese food before. like they ain't been to Southeast Asia ever, because it wasn't salty. It was fried, but it wasn't crunchy at all. Like it was just like this dough.
That was one thing I wanted to warn you about when you moved down there, Brandon. Very overrated, like ethnic food. You go to the South, it ain't it. You be on the coast to get any good ethnic food.
Yeah, and they had the weakest sweet and sour sauce you ever want to put on your rice, man. It was a combination of ketchup and vinegar.
Come on.
It was bad. And I was so hyped because I felt like an asshole because I drove 20 minutes to get there. Like I passed by places I like to get to this one.
You were so disappointed when you were eating and dipping into it.
And then I went to Google reviews. Like this place has like 4-star reviews on Google. And I'm replying back to motherfuckers who said this place was good. I was like, y'all had this wrong. I had to let somebody know.
Family members.
You sound like a uppity liberal Negro from one of them blue states.
I'm just saying, man, you can't slap a keyword on your truck and call it Asian food or some shit like that, man. Like you gotta respect the culture, man. The only thing they're good at is barbecue and it is Southern food, man. At this point, everything else is suspect.
You learn that the hard way. You gotta trust your intuition and what are the odds that person or there are people from that part of the planet that are there, and then what are the odds that they can get the shipment of the actual spices and resources that they can make that food, and they'd be like, no, not in this area.
Well, and I don't know if it is they cater to the taste of the people they serving, or they really just know what the fuck they're doing. Like I don't know which one it is, because the Indian food's good here, but there's a big Indian population here. Get a great burger here. There's a lot of white people eat these burgers with me. Hot dogs is a thing here. Like anybody listening to this who's in North Carolina, I will drive an hour if you guys can find somebody who has a decent hot link. I will say that. Everything's smoked sausage. Everything's a hot dog. There's no hot dogs in the grocery store, not in any restaurant. They have these red hots, which are basically hot dogs, but just like red casing and like some red dye, some shit like that. Don't eat that either. So please, if you guys know anywhere to get a decent hot link in the Raleigh-Durham area or within the Raleigh-Durham area, I will definitely go.
Call a butcher shop.
That business.
Brandon, I don't know any place that got a good hot link, but I'm sure if you ask Jared's ex-girlfriend, she knows a lot about hot links.
She's been on a lot of dates with a lot of BBCs.
She's linked a lot.
Adarius, do you have a Cutty Corner shout out?
Oh boy.
Yes, I do. Let me start off by asking Brandon. Hey, Brandon, so what was the name of that Burmese restaurant you went to?
Oh,
the
man.
Food truck?
It's called the Burmese Hot Bowl.
The Burmese Hot Bowl. My Cutty Corner shout out this week goes to the Burmese Hot Bowl. It sounded like a place where you could go to, where you thought you had a trusted feeling for. You thought it was going to take care of your body and nourish you. You thought it was going to give you a little comfort. You thought it was authentic. You thought it was real. And then you got there and you were highly, highly disappointed. You made a rant. You got on Yelp. You started fighting people over how disappointing that restaurant was. I just would like to call out the fact that Jared Sanders is the Burmese hot bowl of friends. All right? My friendship with Jared Sanders has been just like the Burmese hot bowl. I thought he was authentic, folks. I thought it was a good thing. I really did. I thought it was something that was going to really fill my body up, give me some good warm comfort. But it is not, folks. It is not. It is terrible for your mind and your body. You may have to fight other folks just to let them know how bad this is. And sometimes that's what it takes, to let the people know in this world how bad people really are in this world. So my Cutty Quarter shout out this week goes to top Burmese hot bowl, aka Jared Sanders, someone who poses as a really good food truck, aka friend, but is really full of shit.
Well, my Cutty Corner shout out goes out to Adarius Bell for bringing this goofy nigga shit to my door. It ain't my league. My second Cutty Corner shout out goes out to Bank of America for finally doing some good. After helping redline neighborhoods, now you're helping undo it by putting zero down and no interest payments and pre-approving people in certain neighborhoods around the country for loans to get houses, and then not charging them too much to where they lose the house so they can afford it and sustain their house and actually build a home. Thank you for this wonderful spin that you guys have been putting out there after all the years of documents that show that all you and the other big banks have been doing is screwing over the American people in one degree or another, one form or another, throughout the last 100 years or whatever it might be. I don't know. But it's a move in the right direction, so I will not scoff at it beyond the fact that, you know what I'm saying, Baby Yoda looking at you still a little sideways. So y'all gotta get it together. Whatever his name is, Igor or whatever. What's the name of Baby Yoda, Aaron?
Grogu.
Yeah, Igor Grogu.
Come on.
Anyways, but yeah, so hopefully we can continue to make these systemic changes, and this is something that spreads and is not only limited to 5 cities, and it's not only limited to you know what I'm saying, black and brown people, or you know what I'm saying, it's limited to it can also start helping out you know, people who are socially economically disenfranchised for generations, mainly black and brown people, but there are other people outside that. So this is a class struggle also, as much as it's a race struggle. So I hope that it continues to grow, and some of these other banks can start stepping their game up, fix the system from within, or tear it all down. That is our show, my friends. That is our show. Just remember, guys, I know you guys are trying to avoid getting your first pumpkin spice latte, but you can't avoid it. Go out and get you some pumpkin spice season, because this is pumpkin spice season, my friends.
No man can resist low interest loans and non-fat lattes forever.
And white women.
Bro, there's literally, you can't do that with a porn star. Let me see some old pictures.
Man, you put in the name and you put in clothes without not.
Aaron, you telling me when you typed in a girl's name in Google, you typed in the word clothes?
Sometimes I hate clothes. Yeah, sometimes I put in clothes.
I put in unnude.
Yep, I put in clothes sometimes.
Put in regular pictures.
I like. Look, I know you guys.
I don't even think you know how to spell the word clothes.
Regular Lana Rhoades.
I know you guys are from the Bay Area. You're not used to these women that have a bunch of styles. I get turned on by women's styles.
Oh, Pedro, here we go. No, what? Pedro got it. That's what we need to do. Regular. I typed in regular Lana Rhoades, and this is what I got. And look at pumpkins.
Why your screen so damn blurry, Jared? I'm over here thinking my diabetes all messed up. Like, dude, I'm wondering, like, dude, should I call the hospital?
It might be
going into a
condensation.
diabetic coma?
It might be condensation on your screen. It's so hot.
Dude, Brandon, is yours blurry?
Man, your shit gets fuzzy, man.
Thank you, Jared. Your shit is blurry, dude. I don't know what's up with it.
Can you see it now?
No,
Jared,
it's fucking blurry.
You should let Darius buy you out of the fantasy team.
We can't even read the words.
Put that money towards your internet.
We can't read the words on the tabs, Jared.
I can see
the words on the tabs are blurry.
See them now?
No, dude, ain't nothing you doing is helping. You know what it looks like? It looks like when I didn't wear my glasses before I got contacts, and I just had to recognize people by their shapes, colors, and like roundness and sizes. That's what it looks like. Like, luckily, I seen Lana Rhoades enough in clothing that I can tell who it is.
Nigga, please. Come on. Okay. I've seen her enough. I know her shape and figure clothed.
That's the post work. She didn't need to get work done. She was pretty.
I only watched porn intros when they first
clear.
walk into the scene.
That's clear. I do like I like the beginning when they have their clothes on, man.
Well, this is regular Lana Rhoades. This is I typed in regular.
And she's in the pumpkin patches. You should save that photo, Jared.
This is the screen art for this episode.
She's in a pumpkin patch, man. You can't go wrong with that. Lana Rhoades
who's another porn star? Hold on. Regular. Let's try that. Let's try this with another porn star. Regular. Give us another one here.
Who? I mean, what? Regular one. Nicole Doshi.
Nick. N-I-C-H.
Something Jared can spell.
Nicoledoshi. Nicole Doshi.
I feel like y'all discriminating. I need to see some BBWs. Put in regular.
Oh no, I'll get you the next one. The next one will be regular Lily Starfire. This is for Pedro. Jared, you clicked on a fucking flower.
No.
Oh, that's her right there.
No, that's not.
She's Nigerian, dude.
That's not enough for me.
What? That's not enough. So she too pretty. I mean, what is it?
She's too skinny.
You don't even know we can't see her size. It's so fucking blurry. I can't tell Lily Starfire from the goddamn Starfire flower that Jared got on the screen.
I'm gonna tell you, she's too skinny. You ain't gotta show me another picture. I can't believe they.
Oh, come on, man. Oh, come on, Jared. Pinky triple X.
Come on, come on, Jared.
The problem is you have to put in Pinky triple X. It's the only way you're gonna get.
No way in the world. No way in the world.
You can't use a name like Pinky. Hey, if Pedro won a good SSBBW, put in Brija Monet.
How you spell that?
Brija.
I like how Aaron all of a sudden becomes like a savant at spelling.
These names? What the fuck?
Brija Monet.
This nigga can spell in French. This nigga can spell in Spanish, Algerian. What the fuck?
Man, did y'all see that play?
Yeah, I saw that play, man.
And you're watching the game. You remember porn stars' names, and you know play-by-play.
Man, football and porn, man. That's what being a true American's about. Football and porn and God. God on Sunday. You go to church, you watch porn, and you watch football.
Love, peace, education, tolerance of others. Jesus.